I made a mistake in my video about Murren share sales a few days ago, and there's only one thing I can do, which is to correct the mistake. Thanks to Echo One Mike for pointing it out, and this video sets out to show that Murren sold 25.7% of his shares in MGM in early September, not 16.5%, and certainly not 80%. I thought column 5 listed 4 different pools of shares to be added up to get the total number, but the trust owned 603,519 shares is the same pool of shares listed above. I should have spotted this, because 637,909 minus the sale of 34,390 shares leaves 603,519. Thanks again Echo One Mike for pointing this out. So, just before this transaction, he had a total of 1,144,440 shares. Then he sold 259,760, leaving this. And then he sold another 34,390 the day after, leaving this. It doesn't make much sense to me to focus on only these 2 September sales though. What about the last 6 months? Well, there are another 2 sales, one in July, another in August. As I currently understand it, the only transaction that counts as a sale here is this one for 57,269 shares, the others being an award of shares and then an FCO transaction, which, according to this source, means a transaction where shares are sold to pay for the taxes or exercise liabilities on some other transaction in the same filing. At this point I'm lost. However, if I keep to an analysis based only on the sales transaction code S, we have another 57,269 shares sold on August the 9th. Please pause this screen if you want to read the details, but I make it as Murren having sold 32.4% of beneficially owned MGM shares between July 31st and September 8th, which are also the only MGM shares he's listed as selling in the whole of 2017. So to recap, that's 25.7% of his beneficially owned MGM shares sold on September the 7th and 8th. Or if we look at sales in the last 6 months, that's 32.4% sold in transactions on July 31st, August 9th, September 7th and September 8th. Please understand I'm not setting out to defend James Murren, I'm only interested in accuracy and truth, wherever it may lead. And this share sale issue is only a tiny little thing in a sea of much more important research that's being done by others. I can only hope that other researchers adopt the information in this video or challenge it when building their own arguments. Because at the moment, there's a lot of this kind of thing.
Guys like this are always 3 steps ahead of the game. This guy dumped 80% of his MGM holdings for a total sale of over $10 million. It's also strange that the CEO of a company would sell more than half his stake, let alone 80%, in a company he represents.
Just about a couple days after this happened on our channel, Queen Tut had come forward with some information she found about the CEO of MGM, how he was a Republican, but yet he was supporting Hillary Clinton, and they were doing all kinds of things with
shareholder money.
Yeah, puts on the stock and
yeah,
things
so
like that.
he sold like majority of his stock in like the weeks prior to this attack.